The Mad Fictional Imagination Playhouse presents Never Kiss the Unknowable by Rhyan Scorpio-Rhys. The room is dimly lit and adorned with peculiar artifacts and flickering candles. The air is thick with the scent of incense and anticipation. The volunteer is 21 if he's a day, his aura a virginal hue. The facilitator, in appearance, matches the age of the volunteer, but in the eye she was older by leaps and bounds. They stand toe-to-toe, face-to-face, their silhouettes dancing on the walls like ancient shadow puppets. "Is this your first kiss?" Her voice echoes through the chamber, a siren song luring the unsuspecting sailor into uncharted waters. "Be honest." "Why?" he stammers, his heart pounding like a tribal drum in the depths of a forbidden jungle. She leans in closer, her breath hot against his skin, her words dripping with a mixture of seduction and cryptic wisdom. "Because I do it like nobody else," she whispers, her fingers tracing the contours of his face, mapping out the territory she is about to conquer. "So, if this is your first time, we will need to be blindfolded." He hesitates, his mind reeling with a kaleidoscope of thoughts and desires. "Wait, is this some kind of kink thing?" A smile plays on her lips, a Cheshire grin that holds the secrets of the universe. "No, and yes. You have heard of the third eye before, correct?" His voice trembles, a leaf in the wind of her presence. "The spiritual gate that leads to the inner realms and spaces of higher consciousness?" She nods, her eyes glinting with a primal hunger. "What if I told you that I have discovered a fourth eye that can only be opened through the unification of two souls? When I kiss you, your third eye will open, and there is nothing you can do to prevent it. Then my kink, as you call it, will come into play and I will open your fourth eye. Reality as you know it will slip from under your feet, and you are likely to experience vertigo and nausea. I cannot run the risk of you vomiting in my mouth." He swallows hard, his throat suddenly dry as the desert sands. "What happens when the fourth eye opens?" She pulls out 2 silk blindfolds, black as the void, and hands one to him. "You will see colours you never knew existed, hear sounds that defy description, and feel sensations that will rewrite the very fabric of your being. Are you ready to take the leap?" With trembling hands, he ties the blindfold around his head, plunging himself into a world of darkness. "I'm ready," he breathes, his voice barely a whisper. She leans in, her lips brushing against his, and in that moment the universe implodes. Colours burst behind his eyelids, a supernova of sensation that threatens to consume him whole. He feels himself falling, spiralling down a rabbit hole of ecstasy and madness. And then silence. A stillness so profound it seems to stretch into eternity. Slowly, he removes the blindfold, blinking in the dim light of the room. She stands before him, a knowing smile on her face. "Welcome to my world," she whispers, her voice a distant echo in the vastness of his newfound consciousness. She leans in and parts his lips with her tongue. He is being entered, but not from the place he expects. The room begins to shift and warp, the walls melting like Salvador Dali's clocks, dripping into pools of iridescent madness. He staggers, his mind struggling to comprehend the surreal landscape that unfolds before him. She breaks the kiss momentarily, her lips curling into a smile that is both inviting and terrifying. "Let me in," she purrs, her voice a siren's call amidst the chaos. "Let me take you deeper. Give me consent to unravel the threads of your reality, to weave you a new tapestry of the bizarre and the beautiful." She reaches for him, her fingers grazing his skin. And suddenly he is falling again, tumbling through a kaleidoscope of fractured images and disjointed sensations. Her lips find his once more, and the world explodes in a cacophony of colours and sounds. Whispers fill his ears, 1,000 voices speaking in tongues he cannot understand. He sees visions of impossible cities, where buildings twist and bend like origami, and the streets are paved with the shattered remnants of forgotten dreams. She kisses him again with that tongue that both terrifies and delights, and he feels his body dissolving, his molecules scattering across the infinite expanse of the cosmos. He is everywhere and nowhere, a consciousness untethered from the bounds of flesh and bone. In the distance, he sees a shimmering portal, a gateway to a realm beyond comprehension. She takes his hand, which is no more than a scatter of atoms, and leads him towards the threshold, her touch electric and alive. "This is only the beginning," she whispers, her words echoing through the corridors of his mind. "I will unlock within you a new layer of existence, a new facet of the infinite. Are you ready to embrace the unknown? To let go of everything you thought you knew?" He nods, his voice lost in the maelstrom of sensation that engulfs him. Together, they move through the portal, into a world where logic is a distant memory, and the only truth is the sublime madness of her kisses. The universe shifts and resets, a kaleidoscope of possibilities spinning out of control. He is lost in the labyrinth of her love, a willing prisoner in the asylum of her affection. And with each kiss, he falls deeper, the boundaries of his reality crumbling like sandcastles in the tide of her passion. In this brave new world, where the impossible becomes the everyday, he surrenders himself to the chaos, embracing the beautiful insanity that flows from her lips. For in her kisses, he has found a truth that transcends understanding, a love that defies definition, and a reality that is forever changed, one breath at a time. As he descends further into the abyss of her kisses, the fabric of his sanity begins to fray, unraveling like a moth-eaten tapestry. The visions that assault his mind become increasingly alien, incomprehensible to his fragile human understanding. He sees vast, cyclopean structures that defy the laws of geometry, their angles and curves bending in ways that should not be possible. Gargantuan entities, ancient beyond measure, slumber in the void, their dreams seeping into the cracks of reality, tainting it with their eldritch essence. Her lips, once a source of pleasure and wonder, now become a portal to the unknowable, a gateway to horrors that no mortal mind was ever meant to witness. Each kiss is a revelation, a glimpse into a realm where the rules of logic and reason hold no sway. He feels his identity beginning to erode, his memories and experiences draining away like sand through an hourglass. The boundaries between himself and the cosmic horror that surrounds him blur, until he can no longer distinguish where he ends and the madness begins. She pulls him closer, her lips brushing against the new thing that is his ear, her whispers a discordant symphony of eldritch secrets. "Do not fight it. Become one with the infinite," she breathes, her voice a sibilant hiss that echoes through the chambers of his fracturing mind. "It is madness, yes. Embrace it. It is the only truth in this realm of chaos and despair." He tries to scream, but his voice is swallowed by the void, lost in the cacophony of unearthly shrieks and gibbering chants that fill the air. His body twists and contorts, his flesh rippling like the surface of a stagnant pond, as the taint of the unknowable seeps into his very bones. In the depths of his rapidly deteriorating consciousness, he realizes the true nature of her kisses. They are a corruption, a violation of the natural order, a union that was never meant to be. Her lips are a blasphemy against the very fabric of existence, a profane communion with the unspeakable horrors that lurk beyond the veil of reality. Yet even as his mind shatters and his humanity slips away, he finds himself craving her kisses, yearning for the twisted ecstasy that only she can provide. He is lost, a plaything of the elder gods, a puppet dancing to the tune of their mad piping. In what surely must be the end, because how can it go any further, as the last vestiges of his sanity crumble and the abyss claims him as its own, he understands the terrible truth. Her lips, the unknowable, the never meant to be kissed, are the key to a realm of nightmare from which there is no waking, no escape. And in that final moment of mortal clarity, he embraces the madness, surrendering himself to the void, forever lost in the labyrinthine depths of her eldritch love. But unbeknownst to him, his descent is far from over, for she will never stop kissing him. You have been watching the Mad Fictional Imagination Playhouse presentation of Never Kiss the Unknowable by Rhyan Scorpio-Rhys. If you enjoyed yourself, consider hitting like and subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications for when our next videos drop. Also, be kind enough to leave us a comment below because we need to let the algorithm know this channel exists. Thanks for watching. Ciao, till next now.